Hello, my dearest friends, and welcome back to another vlog. It has been a minute since I have vlogged for you guys, and that was a calculated decision. Life has been lifing pretty dang hard this last couple of weeks, and so that is why the vlogs have been so sporadic of late. We've just been dealing with a lot of different things. Family medical emergencies, pet emergencies. We did lose our little elderly cat, Moogers. You rarely ever saw her. Every now and again you would see her. She was the tabby that we had. She was elderly. And yeah, we lost her very suddenly and shockingly. And so it has just been a trying time. Right now we are dealing with Cocoa Bean. I'm getting something to put underneath my camera here. I just didn't feel like I was high up enough. There we go. We are dealing with Miss Cocoa Bean. We lost our little elderly cat, and then probably about 3 or 4 days later, Cocoa Bean started coughing, which is very unlike her. Pickles coughs because he's got allergies. You know, we know he's got allergies. He's got like gut issues, and allergies go with that. And he's coughed and sneezed for years. And so we were a little bit concerned. I thought that she might have something stuck in her throat, like a blade of grass or something like that, because I noticed that she was trying to swallow a lot. But anyway, so she started coughing, and we ended up taking her to the vet, and they did some chest and abdomen x-rays because the doctor palpated her and felt that there was a lot of hardness in her belly, in her gut. And turns out that my little Bean was thoroughly constipated, like almost up to her stomach. She had to have an enema done. That just terrified us because we lost a cat several years back when she had an enema done because a blood vessel or a blood clot or something burst, and she bled out. And so we were terrified to have Coco go through an enema. And it's a fairly regular procedure that they do. But the doctors are like, we need to be concerned because we don't want her to develop megacolon, which I did research on that, and megacolon is essentially when a cat's colon stops working, or at least isn't working properly. And we don't want that for her because she's young. She's only, gosh, she's going to be 5 in August. And so we didn't want that for her. So we decided, let's do the enema and let's put her on a special diet. So we've got her on a special diet, which was actually the food that she was eating before. Okay, so let me back up a little bit. Pickles with his gut issues. We've tried different foods. Initially, when we first discovered that he had IBD, the doctor prescribed a hydrolyzed food. And then that stopped working after a couple of years. So we took him back for a constant diarrhea. And the doctor that saw him prescribed him a biome food. And that worked. And then recently, like maybe about 6 months ago, constant diarrhea. And so the doctor that saw him, which was the original doctor that saw him and put him on the hydrolyzed, it's the same clinic, it's just different doctors. He put Pickles back on the hydrolyzed. I was worried. I'm all like, I hope this doesn't cause any problems for any of the other cats. Twice now we've had to take her in for blockage due to her bowels not moving food properly or moving things through properly. One was when we got back from Malibu. It was not a whole lot that was backed up in her system, and so fluids and just some wet food and things like that, and that passed it through. But this time around she was severely constipated, and so we ended up, like I said, she had the enema and everything, but the doctor prescribed her back onto the biome, which is what she had always known. And Miralax. We have to give her Miralax. And she eats wet food too, in addition to the dry. So we put the Miralax in the wet food. It's been a journey trying to figure out what wet food she will eat, because sometimes she eats the wet food that we give everybody else and sometimes she doesn't. So we finally found a food that she will eat with the Miralax in it. I think things are under control where that is concerned, but the coughing persists. So we have to take her to the vet again. And the vet can't see her until Monday, which is fine because the coughing isn't too terrible. As a matter of fact, I would say that the coughing has, as far as I know, has been kind of tapering off a little bit. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. They're going to do an x-ray And then they're also going to do a procedure where she's going to be sedated and the doctor's going to dig around in her throat and see if there's anything in there. We took chest x-rays when we did the abdomen x-rays because, well, we took her in for coughing, but the doctor felt something, hard in her gut. And so she opted to do like a full x-ray. We decided to go ahead and have those x-rays sent off to the radiologist to read. And they didn't find anything extraordinary. Everything looks fine. But they recommended that we do x-rays of the upper respiratory because we got her the main part of her chest, not the upper respiratory. So I think at this point in time with Cocoa Bean, either she's got something caught in her throat or she has asthma, which Siamese are prone to asthma. I wouldn't be too terribly surprised. Also, I'm thinking maybe she might have an allergy to grass. Pickles is allergic to grass, and when he goes outside, he coughs more during the summer because of the grass that he eats. So I don't know. We're still trying to figure it out. But the good news is that Cocoa Bean is back to her normal self. For a week there, she was not herself at all. Like from right before we took her in to be examined until like about 3 days after she had her enema. She was pretty pissed at us for the enema. Yeah, she was not a happy girl. But she's now back to her normal self. She runs and jumps and does all the things, but every now and again she'll just start coughing, especially when she grooms herself. So I'm thinking that it's something that she's got caught in her throat, but we'll see. That's just me speculating. I don't know, but we will see. So yeah, our baby girl has been ill, and but she's pretty much her normal self again. She's not lethargic or anything like that. It's just now managing her cough a little bit, and until we can get in to do more x-rays and that procedure. If the procedure doesn't come up with anything, and if the doctor can't see anything obvious in the x-rays, then they'll likely have to be sent off to a radiologist again to read and determine if she's got what the doctor calls allergic airways, which is also known as asthma. So I don't know. We'll find out. But in addition to that, like I mentioned, there was a family emergency, a medical emergency that turned out to be a non-emergency, which was a good thing. But we lost our cat. Cocoa Bean, started coughing. Cocoa Bean had her enema. And then like 2 days after that, we had this family emergency that was a non-emergency. And so it's been a trying time. And I haven't picked up the camera hardly at all because of all of that. On top of everything else, Angie has been sick. She's had this like nagging cough. We found mold under our sink. Our faucet had been leaking. God knows for how long. Who looks under their sink carefully? Not us, apparently. So we found out that, our faucet was leaking, and there was, we were worried that there was like a lot of mold because, the bottom of the sink was like, the platform was like drooped down where things were falling into, it wasn't a hole, but it was a big indentation. So Angie's been working on fixing that. It's taken a few days because, well, it's taken a week. She's lacquering the board that she's going to install at the bottom of the sink with this, I think she calls it boat lacquer. I don't know. It's like an extremely waterproof lacquer, and you have to let it dry in between coats. And we had a couple days of rain, and of course when it's rainy outside, the air is moist, so the lacquer was a little bit tacky, and so she has to wait. We finally have some warm weather. Today is going to be about 75, 78 degrees. I think we will likely have the new bottom of our sink, hopefully by the end of this week. Good news is that it didn't have a lot of mold. Yes, there was some mold on the board, and Angie threw all of that out. We bleached all of that underneath, and we bleached it again, and we let it dry, and we bleached it again, and we let it dry, and we bleached it again, because this has been going on now for about a week, where Angie pulled, the innards of the sink out. We both take a peek under there every now and again just to make sure that everything looks good, and it does. So we are we're going to go shopping for a faucet sometime this week. We're also going to be doing a Costco run because it is time to get some things from Costco. I have a huge Value Village drop off because I have been clearing things out of the house. What else is there? Oh, and I've got an antique haul for you. As I mentioned, I'm pretty sure I did. I mentioned it in my last vlog that I wanted to do a dark academia, and I have decided that I'm going to kind of run it through the entire house. So we went antiquing and I found some treasures that I want to share with you that kind of fit that aesthetic. And I did a huge clean out of my room. It has been nice to have a little bit of downtime. Because I chose not to produce a vlog, today, this is Monday, by the way. Since I chose not to, put out a vlog today, it actually gave me the entire weekend to work on cleaning my room, clearing out some things in my closet, clearing out some things around the house. So yeah, and sadly, I don't have anyone to help me. So I am not going to post anything for sale this time around because there is so much. But I am going to be back in the habit of every quarter clearing out my closet. And then with that manageable amount of clothing, then I will start posting it to my Poshmark account. But this time around, I'm just purging and I am being ruthless, absolutely ruthless. And I'm really glad because it is making space in my house and I just feel so much better. And we do need to do a really deep clean of the house because if Coco has any kind of lung issues, then we've got to make sure that we keep the house tidy. We keep finding my hair in her stool. So I've got to be really, really good about cleaning the bathroom floor because that's where she picks it up, I think. And in my dressing room, and being really, really good about vacuuming once a week and every day using a Swiffer dust mop thing on the floor of the bathroom so that I pick up any hair that I might have dropped because I shed a lot. And so, and with my hair being as long as it is, it's a lot. And so I got to make sure to keep everything nice and tidy so that way she's not eating my hair anymore because we definitely do not want her to get megacolon. So that's a lot. That is a lot. I've been talking for 15 minutes now. I'm exhausted. I just got done shooting a video that you guys will already have seen, my summer dress and skirt edit. And I am so excited for that one because it's just essentially it's a rundown of all of the dresses that I have for the season. Also, I have been still implementing my weekly outfit plan and I am loving it. I am absolutely loving it. I am finding things that I had put away and have worn and have been loving. I have gotten rid of a couple of things that I wore and just wasn't really happy with. It just doesn't really suit me anymore, or it's uncomfortable or whatever. So it is actually doing what I intended it to do, and that is to have me wear what I have. So I'm shopping my closet on a weekly basis and figuring out what's going to stay and what's going to go. If it doesn't go now, it will go at the end of this season when I do the wardrobe edit that I'm going to be doing. I used to be really, really good at that. I was good at it for like about almost 18 months, where quarterly, at the end of every season, I would go through and I would purge my closet. And I got out of the habit of doing that. So I am getting back into the habit. Not to mention the fact that because I am going to be doing a complete redecoration of my room, I'm not painting the walls. I don't want to paint the walls because I need light walls for shooting content. But I am going to change the lining that the backing that I have in my pack system. And I need to make sure that that's all nice and clean. I am going to be bringing a different piece of furniture in here. I'm probably going to move this thing back here. I'm going to move it to over here in the corner. I'm going to completely reconfigure this room. I am hoping that I get a new desk that I put on my birthday wish list. Hopefully that will also be coming. So I'm going to be changing things up because right now I have my mirror. I thought I heard Coco coughing. I have my mirror right here, over here, and you can see my desk where I'm sitting, and my desk is a cluttered mess, which that's one of the areas that I need to focus on cleaning as well. You can see it, and if it's a cluttered mess, it shows up in the mirror, and I don't like that. And so I want to see if I can move my desk or do something to make it better. So lots coming in the next few months. We'll see. We will see. But I do need to clean up this mess. I am going to be doing a massive declutter of things that I've got on my desk as well. We've got to clean. We've got to get rid of some of the stuff because it's blocking my energy. Anyway, so I just thought that I would open up today's vlog with an update. I hope you don't mind. That's what's on deck. I'm going to go ahead and let you guys go. And actually, before I do, let me show you the outfit of the day. So hopefully you can see, I don't have any of the lights on, but I'm using the outside light. I am wearing the dress, the last dress that you saw in my summer dress edit. And this was what was on the plan for the day because I want to get some use out of it. And I have to say that I absolutely love this dress. It has got that really beautiful, let me see if I can get my camera to behave. It has that beautiful embroidery anglaise on the hem. This is from Walmart. And when I saw this, I was all like, yes, please. And I grabbed it in the navy blue. They also have it in orange. I think that this is one of the most beautiful dresses I have ever seen, especially coming out of Walmart. And it's 100% cotton skirt. This is kind of like a rib knit, and it's really super cool and comfortable. Since we're going to be warm for the next couple of days, it's time to pull out the mixed media dresses, which were my favorite to wear last year as well, because they're so easy and they're so cool. You know, I don't overheat in these dresses. And so I thought that I would pull this one out because it is a stunner. And I think I wore it in Vegas, but I want to wear it again. So that is the dress. Let me turn you around for jewelry. I am busting out the statement earrings. Now, this is a pair of statement earrings. It's a really beautiful flower that I got from H&M a couple years back, I think. Or maybe last year. No, it was a couple years ago. And I hung on to them because I really, really liked them. And I like the idea of having at least one pair of statement earrings. And so I'm wearing that. And then I've got my little diamond studs from Quince that I picked up. And I have got this necklace from Ana Luisa. I don't think they have it anymore. Hello, my loves, and welcome to another day on the vlog. We are embarking on a Costco trip. Say hey, Angie.
Hi, everybody.
You guys haven't seen Angie in a couple of weeks. Oh, she's brushing her hair. She's got to look purty for the Costco.
No, I'm just trying to get rid of this cowlick that I have. It's been sticking out for 2 days, and I've tried everything.
I didn't pick up the camera yesterday because yesterday was all editing. But we are today running a bunch of errands. We are going to Costco. We are also going to Value Village to do a drop off and a pickup. Actually, we're dropping off, but I want to go into Value Village to see what they have. I've been itching to get into a thrift store because I'm obsessed with dark academia. Poor Angie. I mean, she has me pegged after God knows how many years. How many years now? 30 some odd years?
34.
Yes, 34 years. She's all like, you get obsessed and you just can't let it go. I was a little offended when she said that, but then I thought about it. I'm like, no, she's absolutely right. I get something in my brain and it will not leave until I have satisfied it. But in this case, as I mentioned, I think I mentioned it the other day when I opened up the vlog, is that I really want to take this dark academia into the entire house, or dark and moody. I don't want to call it dark academia necessarily, but dark and moody, because we are kind of that way. I had not been able to pinpoint our...
She's dark, I'm moody.
Yes, exactly. Exactly. That is so true. Throughout our lives together, we have collected things, and we have a tendency to collect things that are old, you know, antiques or vintage. Angie has always pushed me away from painting anything wood that we have. You know, I went through a phase where I wanted to paint everything white. We have this console that we got antiquing, and she would not let me paint it as much as I would complain that I wanted to paint it. She's not like, absolutely not. And now I really, really appreciate that, because I'm all like, yeah, you're right. I prefer dark woods or a mix of woods, because we don't, all the woods in our house are all different colors because they're antiques and new. And so we have a lot of things in our house that we've bought, thrifted, vintage, antique, and we tend to buy things like owls and crows and books and stuff like that.
squirrels.
And squirrels. Even our dining room, which is the most decorated room that we have in the house, the one that I would say is most complete, has got like this woodland theme, but we painted the walls a dark peacock teal. You've seen the walls, during Vlogmas, and it's stunning, and I love that color. And I was like, as I was researching dark academia, and looking at, what that meant, we're right there. That's how we've always been, especially since buying the house, because as renters we never painted any rooms, because we didn't want to have to deal with repainting or losing deposit or whatever. But once we got the house, we started painting walls and color, and now I'm like, whoa, we've been this way all along and we didn't even know it. And so we are, I think, at least I am embracing it, and Angie's just like, yeah, whatever, I'm going along for the ride. This is the one where
pretty much, yeah.
No, but I have to say that this is the one where you have pushed back on me the least.
I don't know. I'm pretty easygoing as far as like the decor is concerned, but I'm not a super modern person. I love, modern art and things like that. It has its place, but I like all kinds of things. So I don't know. I think the eclectic mix of things that we have created and collected and things, I think, to me, that's what it is. It's just an eclectic mix of things. Mm-hmm. I didn't know it had a name, and I honestly don't care if it has a name, because it's, when you walk into our home, what you see is Raleigh and me. That's us. Mm-hmm. And, in my opinion, that's all a home should be. I don't want to have to decorate for anybody else. My home is my sanctuary. I want to be comfortable in my home.
Yep. And
as far as the wood, painting wood,
yeah, that
is a cardinal sin to me, because wood is so beautiful. Why would you cover it up with something that's just, I don't know. It has its beauty, but I just love the grain of wood. I love the colors of wood. All the unique intricacies of the bands of wood. I don't know. It's too pretty to cover up, in my opinion. So
I think Angie and I have finally landed in a spot where, because I was like, when I get my house, all the walls are going to be white. I mean, my room, my dressing room, the walls are all going to be white. If I had my druthers, the house would be completely white. And now I'm like, no, I don't think that's really me. I think I would have hated it, and I'm embracing, and I think this is where Angie and I are finally meeting on the same ground, and that is with color. Because we can agree on color if it's a dark color. I can't do bright colors.
We agree on the lighter colors, though. Like
we did,
entryway.
Yeah, for the entryway, because it needed light, and we came to a compromise on that. And I'm really glad that we did, because it's gonna kind of go with the rest of the house. Because I was kind of sort of entertaining the thought of painting the living room a dark green.
The entire living room, or
maybe
just the one wall?
I don't know. I'm just throwing it out there. If we don't, it's okay too, though, because we've got ways of working around that. And so so dark academia it is for us, or dark and moody it is for us, and I'm happy about that. And I think that I'm finally meeting Angie where she's at, I guess is the way to put it. I am meeting her where she is, because she's always been pro color. Always.
Vomit rules.
Yep. And no. I think that you can, I at least I think, and you correct me if I'm wrong, that dark colors are okay too.
Yeah, I love dark colors. There's nothing wrong with dark colors. That peacock blue we have is a beautiful shade. Now, when they start to go gray is where I have issues, because
I don't like dusty colors.
Yeah.
It has to be like saturated.
They've got to be saturated. That's it. I don't care if they're bright. I don't care if there's dark, you know, they just have to be saturated.
Now, the one area where Angie and I disagree is that I like black. And she does not like black.
Black, again, has its place. It's not something you want to overwhelm with, though.
No, I honestly believe that if I were going to do this dark and moody, I would want color. I don't know that I could do an entirely black room. It would have to be a dark color. I have thought that's like, wow, it would be kind of cool to paint a wall black or whatever. I mean, the early days of my channel, my wall in my dressing room was a deep dark gray, like really dark gray. But because because I have to value light as much as I do, and because I need that contrast behind me, that room will never go dark again. It will never go dark again. I need the white to bounce light and to contrast. And that's okay. I'm fine with that. And I can live with that. Same with the living room. You know, if we don't do it a dark color, that's okay. I can work around what we have. I might be willing to paint the mantle because I hate that mantle. I hate the color of the wood on our mantle downstairs.
How about we sand it and then we stain it a different color?
Let's stain it in almost black.
How about Mission Oak?
I don't know. I have to look at it. Anyway, that's just some of where my head is. But I am excited to go to the thrift store though, because I am looking for frames and I'm looking for any little things that might be interesting to put along throughout the entire house, not just my room. It started with my room. It has expanded, and I still need to do our antiquing haul. So I will likely, if we find anything at the thrift store, we're going to Value Village. If we find anything there, then I will likely just do a kind of like a collective haul of the stuff that we've gotten, both antiquing and thrifting. So my arm is about to fall off, so I'm going to go ahead and sign off for now, and I will share our Costco haul. Angie's, by the way, sounding so much better. Oh my goodness, last week it was horrible. I was so worried about her. Apparently there's some kind of a virus out and about that it mimics pneumonia, and I think she had it because I thought I was there. I was like, I think we might need to, if this doesn't resolve within a few days or a week or whatever, we said, you know, we need to take you to the doctor because I don't want you to get pneumonia, because I was worried that she sounded like she was going to have pneumonia.
Yeah. But I had complete laryngitis for a couple of days.
And just the coughing.
I just couldn't breathe, and all the coughing, and I just couldn't get
it wasn't
it
a productive
out.
cough until we finally got to the store and we got some elderberry syrup, some cough syrup with elderberry. Now it was kids syrup, but that's okay because Angie with medicine, she's kind of weird. It like always knocks her out, kind of like makes her really loopy and knocks her out, and just, you know, she falls asleep and all that stuff. So it was kind of good that we decided to go with a kid's medicine instead. And that way it wasn't too strong to knock her out, but strong enough to help her.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm really sensitive to medications. So I always take a half dosage or a kid's dosage. So, yeah.
Yeah.
It's really weird.
All right, guys. I'm going to let you guys go. And I will see if we can bring you along for the Value Village piece. And also the Costco. You know, we'll bring you along. We'll see if we can bring you along. All right. Bye, guys.
Yesterday there was sun and there was rain, beauty in the mundane. And as the light startled our eyes, we let go of disguise.
Huge haul.
Yeah, we went to Costco and we bought everything, including the kitchen faucet. Yeah, first I'm going to start out with the faucet. We needed a new one because ours is terribly old and falling apart. So that was one of the biggest things that we wanted to get, see if Costco had, and they did. So we got a faucet. As I mentioned, we found water leak under there, and Angie's been spending the last couple of weeks repairing that, and we're almost done. So
Yeah, only because I ripped out the bottom, and I cut a new piece of wood to put back into the bottom, but I'm also lacquering it with this marine quality lacquer so that if another leak develops, then it's hopefully not going to soak through the wood.
I have to point my chest at you because I've got the mic right there.
Oh.
So yes, Angie has been working hard at getting that repaired, and hopefully soon it will be. So Costco haul. We got a lot. We got a lot in addition to the kitchen faucet. We got our pommiers, of course, 2 of them, because we like to stock up when we go. And then eggs, which are way, way, way more expensive. These are Kirkland brand. They're organic. They're free range.
No, less expensive.
Sorry,
Not more
they're less expensive at Costco. They're more expensive at the grocery store. I paid like $8-9 for a 24, like 2 dozen, whereas at the grocery store I'm paying somewhere around 10 or 11 for a dozen of the same
That's
type of
cheap
egg. We got some Kalamata olives because we were all out, and we use these in our salads and everything. We also got a flat of peaches because they are so good at Costco, and we need to start eating them.
Yes, they're
Like
very
now,
fragrant.
we got some Spindrift waters because these are sparkling and they are flavored with real fruit juice. They don't have natural flavors. This is actual like fruit that they put in it. So if you don't know, natural flavor is code for chemicals. So anything that has natural flavor, it's not natural. It's anything but natural. We also got some sweet potato chips. We were going to get the Boulder chips, but they didn't have them in the big bag, and so we opted for these to try them out. We got 2 bags of the coconut. Doug, come on now, man. We got 2 bags of the coconut cookies that Angie likes, these little coconut rolls. We got this new product. I think it's new. It's wild protein chips. So these are like chicken chips. They're made with chicken breast, egg whites, and chicken bone broth. The flavor was a little bit because it has like, it's sweet and spicy. So, but overall it was pretty good. I got my collagen powder, my Vital Proteins. Yeah, Vital Proteins, collagen peptides. I have some from Primal Kitchen, but they're flavored and they're not good. We got our Archer's meat sticks because we can't be without our meat sticks. This is a great source of protein and real quick and easy source of protein. We got we got our coffee, our coffee beans for our French press, and I am very rapidly running out of space. And Angie talked me into a drumstick variety pack.
Yes, I did. Do you know why? 16 count full-size cones at the grocery store would cost $20. Do you know how much we paid for these? $8. So I was like, we're not passing up on that deal. So yeah, I definitely talked her into it.
Yes. I was team mochi cups, but you know, I lost out to the drumsticks.
Not at that price.
Got some microgreens. Got some microgreens to throw onto salad. We have got some Beecher's cheese curds, the herbed cheese curds. We got some jalapeno garlic stuffed olives because
that's another staple in the house.
Yeah, we have got this 100% pure coconut water.
It's delicious.
Yeah, Angie likes it. Last time we got sparkling and it was not as good. We got these pineapple and bacon chicken sausages, right?
Yes.
Yeah, smoked chicken sausage. We eat these like in one pan meals, like sheet pan meals or outside on the grill. They're really, really good.
So good.
We got ourselves some strawberries, and we also got some Rainier cherries. They're in season here, and so we had to get some of those, and cotton candy grapes.
Then we got this very novelty type soda pops. But yeah, this was the one actual splurge that I did. Anyway, this is my splurge. And yeah, some of these sodas I'm familiar with, some of them I'm not. But it's an adventure, right? Route 66, always an adventure.
And then we got a whole watermelon, which I don't know what we're going to do with all of this stuff that we have. But anyway,
We're gonna eat it.
yeah, we're gonna eat it, but yeah, we're not gonna be able to cut it for a few days.
Did you get the paper plates?
No, we got paper plates and toilet paper. So
Exciting.
yeah, exciting stuff. All right, guys, we also have some things from the thrift store, but I'm gonna hold off because I've got to put all of this away before I haul all of that. So we will talk with you again. Hello, my loves. Welcome to Saturday. Yes, it has been a bit since I have picked up the camera. And if the sound is weird, it's because I'm not sure where my microphone is. I'm hoping it's in my bag downstairs. But I wanted to show you the outfit of the day. I am wearing my denim jumpsuit. And I am wearing a pair of gold sandals from Amazon. Let me step in a little bit more closely. Hopefully you can see. I've got a fairish amount of light coming in. But yeah. That is the outfit because we are going to the movies today, and it's going to be a family outing. We're all going to a movie and some dinner afterward. And so this is what I had in the plan to wear today. The weather is glorious, 70 degrees, sunny, and it's a perfect day for a denim jumpsuit. So that is what I decided to wear. This one is from Walmart, and I think it might be sold out. If it is, I'm terribly sorry, but I am very excited to be able to wear this out. And I've decided to dress it down with some sandals. I don't want to go too dressed up for the movies. I do think, well, let me turn you around. I do think that I am going to take my shawl from, not shawl, but it's a scarf from Quince. I'm taking the black one. And I just need to find it. I don't remember where I put it. I recently cleared out my drawers and moved things around. And, okay, it's not in this drawer right here. Let me see if I can find it. It's not in the Uniqlo drawer. Oh, yes, it is. It is in the Uniqlo drawer. So I am taking my black cashmere silk scarf from Quince just in case the theater gets cold because we are going to a theater that has reservations. So they've got the reclining seats and, you know, all of that stuff. So it's going to be really nice and cozy. I do owe you guys a thrift haul. So I'm going to go downstairs, I think, and get you guys set up, see if I can find my mic in my bag, and then walk you through my thrift store haul as well as antique haul. So be back in just a minute. I was able to find my mic. Yay. So let's go ahead and let's start out with the antiques. I have this. Now I'm pretty sure this was a homemade something. It looks like it's a footed bowl that was glued onto a platter that was glued onto a candlestick, a brass candlestick. This is from an antique store in Snohomish County around here. I'm hoping that it wasn't a chalice for someone, but even if it was, that's fine. I have let it sit in the sun so that way it could cleanse all of the energy out, filled it with the light of the sun, and hopefully that cleansed it if it was used for nefarious reasons. I hope not. I don't think so. I don't get that vibe off of it. Neither does Angie. So I loved it. I love this brass candlestick. And I really liked this piece. I thought that was really unique. So we're going to see. We're going to probably put a candle in it. It might go on the mantle. I don't know where any of these things are going, by the way. Some of these might go in my room. Some of them are going to go in other places in the house. So we'll see. The next piece is this beautiful marble box. Angie needed a box for her jewelry. And so we found this. It is made of 100% marble. Really, really beautiful. Has got these really cute little lion's claw feet. It's raised on this little pedestal. It was a little pricey. I think this was like $55, but it's like marble. It's like solid marble. And so I thought it was a nice little thing for her to have. And so we opted to get it because I just absolutely loved it. If she didn't get it for herself, I was going to get it for me. So she ended up getting it for her. Then we got this cute little lamp. It's tiny. It is so beautiful. It's an oil lamp. It has the cloth wick in there. This came separate from this, but they were in the same booth. So my assumption is that they were the same lamp because none of the other shades that they had fit this lamp. This lamp was actually orange when we got it. And when I was cleaning it, you know, because I wash everything that I bring home from the antique or thrift stores. When I was cleaning it, I scraped off some of the paint. So I soaked it in some Dawn and gave it a good scrub the following day, and all of the paint came off. And so it's a clear one, which I love. We're actually going to be using this outside for the time being. We're going to get some citronella oil and put it in here and use it outside, and then we'll bring it in and use it inside, not citronella oil, some other kind of oil, lamp oil, and use it inside for ambient lighting. So I love it though. It's really, really pretty. And I love the fact that it's so small. It's so, so cute. And then I have this. This is beautiful. It is made in Italy. It says handmade in Italy here at the bottom. And I thought that this would be a beautiful piece for my room. So this is going in my room. It's got like, I don't know if that's a god. And then we've got the column and we've got the little, you know, the two little bits on the top. I just think this is so, so beautiful. It's just a beautiful little piece to have in the room. And I love it because it is handmade in Italy. We've got the mark on there. And yeah, I'm sorry I'm not quoting prices on these because I don't remember. They don't come with price tags necessarily. And or I took them off when I washed them and I've forgotten how much I paid. I want to say this guy was about $15. And then we have this beautiful owl on a few books. And he was like $25, I want to say. And I'm sad because I think he was bookends. And that's what I was looking for, bookends when we went antiquing. And I'm really sad that I couldn't find any. I think he was a bookend. I think he had a partner and the partner broke or something. We couldn't find it anywhere in the booth or nearby. So we just brought him home because, I mean, what is more academic than an owl sitting on a stack of books? So he's gorgeous. He's also going in my room. And when we do have a final grand library at some point, we'll probably put him there. But for the time being, he's going to go in my room. Sorry for the light. The sun is going in and out of clouds. And then we have this little painting thing. It is a little bit water damaged, and I wish I had noticed that. I would have asked them to knock the price down a little bit. But it's in this really beautiful green oval frame, which you don't see frames like this very often. And so this beautiful scene, I just love the colors. I think it goes really, really well in our dining room because our dining room has got those teals and greens and blues, kind of like, it has this kind of foresty vibe. So I thought that this would be a really nice thing to have in our dining room. Maybe. I haven't quite decided where this is going, but it's going to go somewhere. And I love, love, love the fact that it's an oval shape. It's such a unique shape. And I like things like that because they bring a lot of visual interest to a space. So love that. And now we're getting into our thrifted finds. Angie found this on the shelves at the thrift store. I didn't really want to bring it home, but she really, really liked it. And so we've got to figure out where this is going to go. This looks like it could probably go in front of a fireplace. It's a votive candle holder. I don't know if you can see the little holders there. And then it came with a bag of all of the little votive cups. So we'll probably put like electric tea lights in there, you know, battery operated tea lights in there. But this is definitely big enough to go in front of a fireplace, I think. So that's likely where we're going to put it. This particular, oh, by the way, that candle holder thing was $10.99. And we got it at Value Village. And then this is not dark academia, although it could be. It could be because it's got the dinosaur skeleton and that's kind of academic. But this is actually a gift from my aunt. She really, really loves dinosaurs. And I think that she would like this a lot, so we got this for her for Christmas. It's going to be really hard holding on to this until Christmas. I really, really like it and would love to give it to her now, but we're not going to. We're going to wait until the holidays. $24.99, a little bit pricey, but I have to say that it's a really, really cute lamp, and it would go into a dark academia kind of vibe, I think. I might change out the lampshade, but anyway, this is going to go to my aunt. We got these candlesticks. They were $6.99 a piece. I really, really like them. They are solid brass, and they're just going to be really, really pretty on a mantle or a table, you know, or as on display somewhere. I love these. I think that these are so, so nice. So I'm really, really glad that we found a pair of these little candlesticks. I've been wanting some forever. And I did order from Walmart, which I need to show you. I'll probably show that to you tomorrow because I also have something from Quince. But at Walmart, I got some battery operated candlesticks. You know, so I don't want to burn real candlesticks with having the cats and everything. We don't really like to do that. And so, because we worry that they're going to knock them over and a fire hazard. So I got the flameless ones, and I have to try them out to see if I really like them. But anyway, I love these candlesticks, and we're going to put flameless candles in them. We found this cute little box. It is really, really lightweight. It has a really beautiful, I can't tell if it's Egyptian detail. It's in leather. And it is so, so cute. It is Egyptian. It looks like it's trying to be Egyptian. Yes. And I thought that that was really nice. I like the little handle on here, and it's got this little latch opening, and it's just a little box to hold things. But I figured that this could be a layering moment on a bookcase, you know, and I really like the fact that it was leather and wood, and it's just a really cute little box. I think this was $7.99. I'm going to show you something that I got from Walmart. I haven't opened it yet. I ordered a print because they do sell like old style prints, and this is on fabric. It has me a little worried, but I don't know, we'll see. Okay, yeah, it's on a canvas actually. Oh wow, that's interesting. But I got this, and I've got to mount it onto a board. I think this is the 8x10, and so it's just the solitary woman reading, and I like the fact that they did print it on canvas. Now what I might do is I might go through with some Mod Podge and kind of imitate the brush strokes a little bit so that it kind of gives it a little bit of dimension. I saw that trick on some video that I was watching, but it's such a pretty print, and so I'm curious the fact that it's on cloth. I was not expecting that, even though I did read the description thoroughly. I don't remember seeing it saying it was on cloth. Maybe it said it was on canvas. So anyway, but I got that from Walmart, and I was surprised that you could find these things on Walmart. So I do have a couple of other bits. They're upstairs though, and I'm not going to get a chance to show those to you at the moment. But now I've got to take you because it's time to go look at one of the bigger pieces that we got when we went thrifting. We found, I mean, the minute we stepped into Value Village, and I think I might have shown this in the footage, this writing desk. First of all, it has a drawer that pulls out, and it actually pulls out really nicely. I love the color of the wood. I think the wood, that dark, almost black stain, brown black stain, is really awesome. I like the fact that we've got this finish here, as well as on the drawer. We've got something kind of similar. And then the drawer pulls out, and it pulls out really easily. It opens up, and we have a writing desk. And I pulled out this little drawer because they even included the key to lock it. And so we've got all the little cubbies that you would have as a writing desk and all of this. And then you've got this up here. We still need to clean it up. Now that I've hauled it, I think Angie's going to want to clean it up. And I love it. I think that it is adorable. This is going to replace my desk. So next week, I'm going to be cleaning out the desk that I have, the vanity that I have. I may move where I put my makeup on into the bedroom. It is a little bent here. I didn't notice that. The arm is a little bent here, but I don't think that that's affecting the structure any. But it does need a little love because it does have some nicks. It's got a scratch, and we've got some like marks where they put down either candles or, you know, something wet, maybe a little bit of grease stain or something. I'm not sure what the heck happened there, but we got it for $45, which, being solid wood, we think that it's from the 1930s maybe. And then we've got I like the curve of the legs at the bottom. I think that that's just really, really pretty. So we're not sure. Angie thinks that this might be 1930s, 1940s. Definitely not like super antique, like really, really old, but still. So yeah. And then we got picture frames, and hopefully you can see them in this room. I'm probably going to get rid of the print. I may keep the matte, possibly, but I was looking for frames, and I really, really like these golden antiqued kind of frames. I think they're really nice. And then we grabbed this frame here, and it has a little stand in the back, but it also has a hook to hang on the wall. So I'm going to hang it on the wall somewhere. And then I found this frame, which I thought was really, really pretty. It's a dark wood, and it's got that really cool detail along the inner part of the frame. And then we have this frame here, which is just a plain gold frame. I might see if we can blacken the gold a little bit to tone it down just slightly. And then we have this here. And we're probably going to get rid of the print. I know Angie, she's probably going to want to keep it and repurpose it somewhere. But I got this for the frame. I think the frame is super nice. And so we found this.
That's going in my studio.
The Be Kind?
Yes.
You don't want to keep the frame?
No, because you only used the frame for something else, didn't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't mind.
Okay.
I'll just use thumbtacks even to hold it up on my wall. I don't care. Yeah.
And Angie has joined us. She just got out of the shower. We're getting ready to go to the movies, so.
First time we've been to the movies in...
Since before the pandemic. No, we actually went to the movies during the pandemic. We went to go see Dune.
Yeah, but that was in, like, 2021.
Yeah, 2021.
So it's been a while.
Yeah, it has been. Actually, we did go see Kong and Godzilla, Kong versus Godzilla or whatever, at the theaters over there on the plateau.
That's right, that's right. I don't even remember when that was, though, but...
That was last year.
Oh, okay.
Our once-a-year excursion to the movies.
There we go, yeah.
All right.
Just about ready.
Okay.
Can you show them all the work that I did?
Huh?
The sink?
No, not yet. Okay, so Angie, I told you guys that we found a leak under our sink, and it was all moldy and everything, and Angie spent the whole week working on it, and she installed a new sink. You'll have to forgive the dishes. I haven't had a chance to do them yet, but this is our new faucet. We got a brand new faucet that you guys get to see.
Look at the water pressure.
Yeah.
So awesome.
Yeah, it's a nice one. We got this at Costco. We hauled it. You saw it. This is the one that we got at Costco. Angie installed it. It took her a while because we were missing one bolt.
One little part to make sure that the cold water connection connected to the water source. Mm-hmm. And I think...
We met an angel at Lowe's.
Oh my God, did we ever. Because I had spent at least 3 hours just looking for that part, going back and forth to the hardware stores. And everything that the one hardware store gave me did not work. Finally, just went to Lowe's and talked to a guy in the plumbing section, and he's like, oh, I know exactly what you need. He ended up showing me this whole hose kit and everything. I was like, he's like, look, this is the part. And he showed it to me on one of the hoses there, and I was like, oh, we don't sell it, so I'm just going to give it to you. And I was like, what? Because at that point, my brain was dead. I was tired. My whole body hurt. And I'm like, okay.
Yeah, we were very grateful.
He must have seen the look on my face. Angel from heaven, this man was. He's one of those earth angels. And may he be blessed by the love of 1,000 angels. Because, man, I was at the end of my rope. But, yeah.
I know, and Angie redid the entire bottom of the sink on her own. And she covered it with boat lacquer. And every time I look in here and I see the reflection of things, I'm like, oh my God, we have a leak. And I was like, oh no, that's the lacquer. So she did fix it.
I waterproofed it as much as I could because hopefully this thing doesn't start leaking for a good long time, but when it does, at least the board will be safe. So,
Yeah.
because this is the stuff they use on boats out in like salt water, and it's supposed to help prevent decay due to harsh sunlight and things like that. So I'm like, well, that's the stuff I'm going to use. It wasn't cheap, but I just happened to have it on hand in the house. So I was like, okay, yes, I'm prepared. Didn't know I needed it, but I'm prepared.
All right, guys, we got to go because it is already 3 o'clock and we're meeting the fam at 3:30.
I'm telling you, after removing the mold from the house, though, I am feeling so much better. I don't know if Raleigh told you, but I was out. There were 2 days where I was just out. And it's hard to knock me down, but boy, no. After I got all that mold out, got it bleached out and everything, I can breathe. It's so amazing.
All right, guys, we're going to go. And, oh, by the way, Coco is doing better as well.
Yeah.
She's no longer coughing either. She's sneezing a little bit, so she's still going to the vet on Monday, but we downgraded the appointment. No x-rays, no procedure where she has to be sedated. We're going to talk to the doctor about it first, and then we're going to go from there. But she seems to be doing okay.
Yeah.
So anyway, we got to run, and we'll talk with you guys again tomorrow. Hello, my loves, and welcome to Monday. I am in the process of editing this vlog that you guys are watching, and I did not film an outro. I did not do anything on Sunday, after all, not filming wise anyway. I decided to focus on doing some cleanup and scheduling and things like that. So I thought I would hop on here and close this week's vlog out. We took Coco Bean to the vet today. She got a clean bill of health for the most part. The sneezing seems to be diminishing. She did get her rabies and another vaccine, the F one with all the letters. I don't remember what it's called. And she was acting really weird after she got her vaccine. But it just turns out we think that she was hot because it's like 85, 87 degrees. And, well, without AC, our house gets pretty warm. And so we think that maybe she was running a slight fever, possibly from the vaccine, and she was acting really, really nervous and strange. And I mean, she was just meowing and meowing and meowing and running back and forth. And I think she was trying to tell us she wanted to go outside, but it was too hot outside. So we instead cooled the room down with the AC. We turned our AC on in our bedroom. She likes to hang out in the primary closet because it's a walk-in style, and I've got a bunch of skirts that kind of help her to hide away. So she hid there for a while, and then she came out, and now she's resting in the laundry room. As far as I know, I haven't checked on her in the last hour, but she finally settled down. So I think she was overheating, and she was trying to tell us that she was overheating, and we weren't getting the message. So she finally settled down. And we're about to go outside, but I wanted to close out this week's vlog. Thank you so much for watching. Really appreciate it. If you guys are here to the end, then leave me a blue heart. Let me know that you made it to the end. Thank you again so much for watching. Angie says hello and goodbye, and we will see you in next week's vlog. Bye.
Easy, easy on our tiptoes, undercover.